So Monday, welcome back to the show. The question really that I have in my mind is, am I going to miss this massive rally if I don't buy here? So if you've been following the channel and all these short updates, you know that I have called the bottom perfectly about 8 days ago. The crypto bottom is here. Watch this video. And then I told you exactly that I'm longing. Now that call and that tweet that I put out was literally on the Pico bottom right here. And so we've been longing, and most of the positions actually closed out on TP levels that I added there, which were, you know, very high, and I didn't think we are going to get it that far, and because I was traveling and all that, they closed out the positions. But it's fine because the count is up massively, and the question is, when should I get back? Now, I have been expecting, or I thought there was a higher probability for a rejection here because of the 4-hour OB, and I was saying, like, even though I called the bottom right here, I said it's a local top, we're going to come a little bit retest this level, and this is the level I want to add, and then just move on. And on the way up here in this rejection zone, I've been layering out a little bit. So at about 2% lower on the total market cap, I started layering out of my positions. And as you see, like for example here in the pump position, I have 8,500 realized and 3.5 grand non-realized, 452% profit on 3x leverage, absolutely insane. So if you have been here, if you're not subscribed to the channel and watching these 10 minutes updates, I don't know what you're doing, but you should be doing that. So But the question is, if I didn't buy in, what is happening now? So I also let you know I had 2 hedge short positions, which I closed in tiny profits today. I let you know in the free Telegram, because if you go into the 15-minute chart, you see that there is a continuation pattern. You see there is a higher high formed here, and that means that we are potentially going to continue on this rally, build up liquidity, so we are going to have another leg up. The question is, am I going to miss if I don't buy here? Short answer is no. Long answer is a little bit complicated. So all you need to do when the market runs like this is to buy on the hourly demand zones. That's literally all you do, okay? So if there is a demand zone here and price comes back here and shows a higher high on the 15-minute, you buy. That's it. No questions asked. You buy. And then when it comes lower to the next one and you show a market structure shift, you buy. Like, you always buy these dips because you know parabolic is here and we're going to all-time highs very soon. So we are going to claim this 4.17 trillion, possibly in a week or 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know exactly. And then we're going to probably double the market cap in the next 3 months. That's what I think. But in general, what I would do is I would buy these 1-hour OBs. So why am I not buying here? The only reason I'm not buying is because the FOMC is happening on Wednesday. And I am genuinely thinking there should be a risk off before FOMC. So if there was no FOMC, I would blindlessly buy this retest onto the hourly and I would just simply layer in and, you know, ride the wave. But because there is an FOMC happening on Wednesday, which is still very controversial. Nobody really agrees if it's 25 basis point or if it's 50 basis point. Nobody actually knows how the market will react because rate cuts are not good. It means the economy is actually screwed. Job numbers had to be revised from last year and from this year massively. That means the economy stalled in terms of jobs. There were no new jobs created. There is higher unemployment than expected. And also inflation is coming down. So that's kind of like a stagflation situation for the US, which is very bad. So the market tend to realize this. And usually the bottom is marked between the 12th and the 15th of the month of September. So it could happen that this is actually the bottom, but also it could very well happen that we have a massive sell-off here. Why am I not FOMOing in right now? There are 2 strategies you could take. One is simply buy and understand that yes, there might be another 5-10% drop here on Bitcoin. Maybe we go down to 110, 105. And then you layer in 2, 3, 4x leverage positions, and then, you know, you just build your portfolio. You know that this is the bottom here on the total market cap. We're probably not going below 100K or 365, and then you just play it accordingly. The market has the dip that I've been waiting for, but this is nothing close to what I think is coming. These 5% dips here and there, it's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a proper pullback here that I think should happen down here, 3.84 trillion-ish mark, and that's the point I'm adding. Now, if FOMC comes, and before FOMC, I'm going to buy the dip, no questions. If FOMC comes and there is no risk off before FOMC, I'm going to wait out the week. I'm going to see what happens. If FOMC comes and there is a risk, there is a sell-off because the market price in 25 and there is 25 and, you know, there are people expecting 50 and all that stuff, I am going to keep adding. I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to layer into positions. I'm going to let you know here on the channel and, of course, on the Telegram as well. But, and here's the important but, if there is a 50 basis point cut, I do think that we're going to run massively. I'm probably going to watch FOMC and just buy in at the moment when it happens. And on the other hand, if we get 25% basis cuts, I do think that we're going to rally a little bit, but I'm going to wait off because there can be a dump afterwards as well as the market realizes that why the cut is actually happening and why the economy is actually broken. So the TLDR is, I'm not going to FOMO in because let's assume, because one, I'm waiting for the dip, and two, the FOMC is very controversial, so I'm going to see what happens there. But also, let's assume that everything plays out perfectly and there is no dip, and then we start going here, right? And oh, by the way, I didn't even mention that yet, but we are in a massive higher time frame. This is like a daily supply zone. Like just saying, this is a daily supply zone. So I would not be surprised if we get some kind of sell-off from here, even if we rally. So this is what I wanted to say. Even if we start rallying here, nothing changes in my mind. Like we rally up here, and then what happens then? Nothing. We just come back to the hourly OB, and if there is no bigger dump, I'm just going to add the hourly OBs. So you should really consider the fact that 80% of the gains is made 20% of the last 20% of the bull market. So market tops usually happen between October and November and December, which means that we are aligned very much with that. There is going to be a risk off because before next year JP, in my opinion, before next year May. So I do expect December to May to be very bearish. So I do think that we can have another run here. But if I lost my capital 2-3 times already in bull markets, I don't want to do it again. So I'm just going to preserve capital. We're doing absolutely fine. If you have not been following around, you can literally, this is literally the account that I'm running openly with you guys. Like I've started this account with you. You can go into the P&L. I actually show this quite often, and you can scroll down here. Overall, it's 16% the past 30 days, but I don't want to scroll back here all the way. But you can see that I'm up about 25% overall since we opened the account. So I'm running this openly with you. I'm very happy with my 25% on this account, 25-30% in the past 4 or 5 months. I don't want to start risking. Maybe I can squeeze another 10% out of it, and then I get caught in a trade. So anyway, overall, my theory is that we can pump here before or during FOMC or whatever. I do expect a flush down here, maybe even coming up here and then a flush, but I do expect some kind of flush here that I can layer in. Maybe the flush is going to come back to the same price as we are now, and that's fine because then I'm going to buy into blood and I'm not buying into the hype that everybody does. So I'm fine buying at these prices. So right now, the worst thing you can do is start FOMOing in. One thing that I do have these trades open because the bot accumulates whether we're going up, whether we're going down. So I have these great bots set up. This actually helps me balance my peace of mind as well. It actually helped a lot because I am out of most of the trades here, right? So I'm like, I have to get back into the market, but because I have these bots, I'm not that bothered about it. So most of them are in profit. 2 are not. One is the Sonic, which I'm just waiting for the Sonic conference in 30th of September. I'm speaking there as well. I do think that this will pop here and it will play us nicely. And then a Pango bot, which is also a long-term bot. But if you want to copy these bots because you also don't want to just have your mind a little bit, put $1,000 into this account, whatever that is, you get a $1,000 sign-up bonus now as well. But you can just copy any of these long-term bots and just be there. World-Liquidify, we've got to take it out because I closed it today morning. The team apparently selling crazy, and I don't know. It was all speculation from the beginning. But yeah, I just want to get out of that as soon as possible. I posted about it here. I said that I'm closing my World-Liquidify bot because of this tweet that says that World-Liquidify, there was someone in the inside, an advisor is selling at 70% discount. So I'm just, if an advisor is selling at a 70% discount before the pump that I expect to happen, it's not good. So we close that, but there's a link in the description. You can copy these bots. Please don't FOMO into trades unless you open 2-3x leverage positions, which is also nice, but please do not FOMO in. I don't think you are going to miss this. And of course, if you are ADHD and you want to get in and whatever, I would do it with the bots. Long-term bots, perfect scenarios. It's not a problem if it's short-term. All of these bots were down. If you look back on the channel, all of these bots, I showed them all being transparent. All of these bots were minus. So short-term, they might be minus, but long-term, they will pay you well. So this is something to check out. There's a link in the description. Guys, I have traveled. I am traveling. It's a bit of a chaos. I'm literally sitting on a bed here doing this video. But I'm going to come to you every single day with a short update. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like, and make sure to check out this video, which is going to be about the bots, so you understand why it makes sense to use those instead of taking these trades. Now, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.